Yes, indeed. It's your boy, Boss Cowboy Sports, bringing you
another one.
Another one. One more time.
Another one.
Let's go. So, man, I've been bringing y'all consistent content about some of the positive things that happen this offseason. This one is the care culture. Now, you got to make sure
You can't handle the truth.
Make sure you can handle the truth. But this is something that's really going good, in my opinion, with the Dallas Cowboys. So this is also a subject that I'm very familiar with. So I'm gonna get into it, man, and kind of break this down. This is go dig into my past too. Y'all gonna get to know me a little bit better after this show. Some things I'm gonna talk about, things I'm gonna show that a lot of y'all probably had no idea. I mentioned this stuff before, but y'all gonna see it today. So y'all sit back, man. It's your boy, Boss Cowboy Sports. As always, let me set up some stuff on the back end. I'll be right back. Y'all just jive with your boy. Go bring y'all some quality knowledge today. Be back. Yeah, I got something to say about that Chubb stuff too. Different people gonna have different thoughts on that, but I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts. Some warnings I've been having, so I'm gonna bring y'all a Chubb update too. That's for the running back people. Some people don't kind of think like that, but I'll be right back. Y'all chill out. Yeah, come on. We can be chasing dreams. Yeah, man. And this show gonna have a lot to do with Playmaker. It's gonna be interesting, man, because Playmaker went from a critic, literally.
So after talking with Coach last week, I finally got...
Yeah, we gonna talk about it. He went from a critic to a believer.
A chance to talk with him on the phone, to go over and spend some time with everybody. And let me tell you how the day went. Let me sum it up first. It was amazing.
Man, this show gonna be interesting, man. Y'all sit back, man. I got you. It was amazing. The care culture. Sadiqa, she say, what's the name of that song? We Can Do Better. That's the name of the song. I'm gonna play a little bit real quick. I'm gonna just play a little bit. Check it out, Sadiqa. This for you. Sadiqa, this for you. I'm gonna play a little bit. Just a little bit.
We can do better. We could be chasing dreams. We know what's right, and we know how it feels. Yeah, we can do better. We can make a change for real.
Come on. This is for Sadiqa. Y'all throw it up. It's Sadiqa in the house. Come on. This for you, Sadiqa.
Yeah, we can do a lot of better. We can be facing fears. We know what's up, and we know how to get there. Yeah, we can be stars. We
Man, y'all not ready for that, man. Y'all not ready for that. Y'all not ready for boss like that, man. All right. So before I get into this show, man, I want to kind of talk about Chubb. I'm gonna try to run through this quick though, because I don't want to get too caught up on. I don't want to kind of get caught up on stuff that we can't do nothing about. All right. So but people want updates on this. So Chubb is looking like he getting ready to sign with the Texans. It's somebody we've been pushing for over here. I really wanted Chubb because I really studied Chubb in the open. And see, this is the deal, man. And I'm gonna just be frank about this. We should have a lot more respect than what we do in the space, because we one of the few that actually put our work in the open. So it's a lot of people that got opinions and shit, but watch them people closely. Are they showing you or telling you? Are they showing you or telling you? Because see, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't even at home Chubb at first, but I went and watched the film. And it wasn't about Chubb being a 3-down back for us. It was about him being a perfect complement and somebody that Brian Schottenheimer even coached in the past, and likely his cost. Let me change the vibe real quick. His cost. So, so I'm gonna just say this about Chubb and just move on. All right, move on. And I mean this. It's gonna start getting gangster with your boy boss. Make this bigger. I mean this. It's gonna start getting gangster with me. I'm kind of getting sick of it, being honest. And I'm just gonna tell everybody, I will show no mercy if Nick Chubb has a better season than Jadon Blue and Phil Moffitt. No mercy. I will show no mercy. His cap hit would be peanuts for the potential upside and fit that he was to Brian. Some of you Cowboy fans better pray that love to protect younger guys from competition. Yeah, Demetrius, keep up, bro. And you gonna probably be the first one. You gonna likely be the first one. I'm gonna come back to this show. You better pray, Pone boy. You better pray, cause you one of them young guy protectors. And see, people like that, what y'all doing is y'all doing the bit in the front office. See, this is already cheap. He's already cheap. They already cheap, but y'all want to protect them. If you go look around, you'll see even teams that had much better running back rooms still are putting and shopping to make it better from competition. And some of y'all are just front office protectors, man. That's what you do. And it's because y'all want to feel good about some of these young guys. And it's like, in my opinion, you really have to be open for them guys to get beat out if you hungry for a championship. I ain't trying to protect nobody, because I feel like a man should be able to defend his own job. Dak Prescott, when he first got here and Romo went down, it was a mad scramble. We need to go get a backup quarterback. What are we gonna do? It was named like Nick Foles was being put out there. What Dak do? He went out there first preseason game and shut everybody up. Then what did they say? We're not shopping for a backup quarterback. They said that after one debut game from Dak, the first one, because he was a man. He didn't need no protection. He didn't need the fans over here like, we need to protect our, let's see what our young guys could do first. And see, that's what we do. So, yeah. So I'm not going to show y'all no mercy, bro. Because I'm honestly sick of that, bro. I'm real sick of that. I'm sick of us with these pet cats instead of being open and wanting competition. So, and this is check this out. And then I'm going to move on again to the good news. The good news. All right. I'm going to be done fussing. But see, this pisses me off because I was warning. See, because the Broncos, they bringing in J.K. Dobbins, right? So they bringing in J.K. Dobbins. And and I said this before this happened. I said it's a major, what's the date on this? June 4th? So I said it's a major risk with let's first see what our young guys do first philosophy. See, it's the Cowboy fans that say that. See, y'all act like these free agents ain't gonna get looked at by other teams. That it's other teams that's not trying to improve. So you act like everybody go sit and act like Steven Jones. That's what some of y'all act like. Well, I don't bring in Chubb. Let's first see what these young guys can do. It's like, bro, it's other teams trying to improve, bro. It'd be better to go ahead and get him under contract to where he's on your team for cheap. If he don't work, he need cost that much. But if he comes back to what he used to be, you got you a super deal. Nah, I want to see what I young. And then they gone. So we went with your plan. We went with your wait and see. Let's see what these young guys can do plan. You see what happened? The market is starting to dry up with y'all playing. And see, Lou call it a passive monster. That's why I'm not going to have no patience with it, Lou. I'm not going to let people be on that bullshit next year, bro. I'm not going to man, let's just wait to see what the young guys. What the fuck we waiting on, bro? Are y'all trying to win now or what? So, and I warned about this. I said other teams still adding competition to improve their rosters. Some of y'all think this is about Chubb. No, this is about competition. And if it's going to make them young guys play better because a vet walked in there, guess what? Your room's still better. Guess what? It's still better. If he end up blowing out his knee, guess what? He made them better before he blew out his knee. See, but if you're trying to protect these young guys, you're afraid of competition. And so, and then, Tuck under this, he said, I never liked the strategy because there's this B-Bird. He said, I never liked the strategy because there's no urgency in waiting to see what the younger players can do. Let me make that bigger. Let me make that bigger, man. Come on, man. Hold on, what's going on? Oh, man, see. Listen, man. It been stuff going on all day today. I swear. Everything been acting stupid today, I promise you. It's one of them days, I promise you. I left my soda at Taco Bell. Dropped the taco when I got home. Then dropped my Mexican pizza. I'm like, these Cowboys got me tripping. But what B. Burr said, ain't no urgency when you trying to see what the young guys can do. That's not urgency to try to win now. See, that's that draft and develop talk. We need to develop these guys. See, that's trying to keep your eye on now and the future. So, listen, and then this what Tuck said, and then I'm gonna move on from this. I'm gonna be off of this, okay? And then I'm gonna be nice. But we just looking around, right? This what Cubba said. He said, but Cowboy fans okay with his 7th rounder. Get the F out of here. And I said, bruh, right? And then Tuck after that said, just drafted RJ Harvey and could care less. So the Broncos just drafted RJ Harvey to his point. And they still looking to add competition. But we over here trying to protect late round running backs. And the veterans last year outperformed the young guys by a lot. So I'm telling y'all, Chubb bet not go over there and outperform Blue. It bet not happen, brother. I'm not gonna have no mercy on no content creators, no writers, nobody in the chat, because it made no sense for all of us not to want a cheap, powerful fit just to protect young guys. But let's get into the positive stuff. And I'm also talking about our running backs too, and certain things they can do better and what's going to improve us. But getting into this show is I got to kind of tell y'all about my past song. Okay. So before I do that, I want to talk about this care culture, which I think is very real. And I'm going to explain this from the level I understand it and the level of my training. So listen to this. Pay attention. I know I fussed at some people about Chubb. I hope I'm wrong. I do. If I'm wrong, I'm also come back and say, man, you people that bet on them young guys, y'all was right. I was wrong. Okay. It better not be the opposite though. But listen.
Yeah, with what Shadi is trying to build, we've certainly learned over the course of the last couple of months that it's culture first, culture. Is it unique to the experience that you've had, not only around the league, but in college football, to the type of culture first environment that Shadi is trying to build?
I wouldn't say that saying it is unique. I think that there's a lot of places that say it. What's unique is being able to stick with it and having...
Man, I'm trying to get away from that, man. You bringing me back to it. He said with a super chat, he said, I'm calling now. Chubb outplays our running back by committee, even with Mixon. His film looked better to me, bro, than what we got here. And it looked better than a lot of the other free agents I looked at. It looked better than Zach Charbonnet. It looked better than the old boy from Atlanta behind Bijan. Chubb tape look good to me for a committee. Now, if you want him for a 3 down, I wouldn't do it. But for a committee, him and Mixon go eat, bro. I'm gonna say it now too. Him and Mixon finna. This what's gonna piss me off, and then don't send no more super chats talking about Chubb. You gonna piss me off. I'm trying to be cool. But Chubb and Mixon, they better not be Montgomery and Gibbs ish. If I see anything like that where they got that 2-punch combo just going, boo, 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 I'm gonna be over here like, you motherfuckers, man. All right. Let me get back to this. Don't pull me back on Chubb. Please don't. Please don't pull me. Even if you pay for it. Don't pull me back on Chubb.
You know, the consistent day-by-day philosophy of how we do something is much more important than what we do, and he's been really great that way. There's a lot of teams that say it. Not everybody does it that way. There's a lot of teams that say it. Not everybody does it.
Ooh.
There's a lot of teams that say it. Not everybody does it.
Ooh. Woo. So, this care culture. What is this care culture? So, I know a lot about leadership, and I'm gonna go through a lot of my training. I'm gonna show some of y'all. The majority of my training came from John C. Maxwell. Okay. So I'm gonna show y'all my background a little bit, and why I greatly believe what I'm hearing, but I also know it's gonna work from experience. I know it's gonna work. Number 3, I'm also being balanced with it. Okay. So I'm going to give y'all a lot this show. This is going to be the type of show that you got to want knowledge. Okay. You got to want, because this show could actually improve you. I'm going to give y'all some leadership tips that I was using and I still use. You still use this stuff. But I'm talking about like high levels too. So check this out. I want to show y'all something. So this is my virtual resume. So I created this to get contracts with different companies, right? So it goes through my background where you can see me where I graduated from the entrepreneurship program, okay, at the University of Houston, right? So that's not the big thing, right? Well, that's big because that has a lot to do with the way that I am and how I'm wired as a boss, right? But this was just when I was in a sales program and I was being trained in sales, and I was the top producer in that program, right? So in this resume, I kind of go through my background. Stay with me. This got something to do with Brian and what Michael Irvin was talking about. But check this out. So read this. It said, convinced that life was about exceeding expectations, because I talked about that in his resume. Marcus was very eager to learn sales theory and win all the awards. That's true. He was able to win Top Producer Award for the first semester class and managed a diverse team to win a team award. Yet he struggled, this is me, with the politics of having individual success while managing a team. See, this is the team I was managing. I'm the top producer, but we was also going against each other, and I had to manage that as the manager of the team. And it was a struggle. It was a struggle of how do you deal with that type of politics? How do you deal with that? So even though I was successful, right, and I accomplished and was the top producer, I still recognize that I had a void in my leadership. So I said his team won, but was very divided, which he believed reflected on his leadership. Before entering his second semester of the program, he aggressively studied how to become a more effective leader. That's going to bring me to Brian. His goal was to have a quantitative success with better soft skills to form long, productive relationships. That's a true story of what really drove my learning to master leadership. Because you can see production wise, I was productive. I was overquoted by 1,500%. Not overquoted by 100%. I was overquoted by 1,500%. Okay. So then my second semester, right? I ain't gonna read all that stuff. I'm gonna read the important stuff. More importantly, through studying under some of the best professors in the country, Marcus was able to develop the soft skills necessary to succeed consistently. His experience in the program for excellence in selling taught him how to drive performance and simultaneously cultivate long-term relationships. All right. So and I'm gonna tell you what I learned. This guy. This is probably the best leadership trainer in the world. Me and the OC talk about this dude a lot. Because I started learning about his leadership trainings over 20 years ago. And so the character culture with Brian Schottenheimer, I'm telling you right now, it's not new. But it's what Klayton Adams said. It's a whole lot of people who might talk about it, but don't do it. But what, and I'm telling you right now, I'm giving y'all some real background on this, okay? This makes a very big difference on morale. It makes a very big difference on how teams play. So a lot of the research and stuff that I've done has come from this guy, John C. Maxwell. John C. Maxwell. One of the best, I'm telling you, leadership trainers in the world. Okay. So if you go back and you look at going back to my roots, right? And I got to give y'all my background because I got to show y'all. Sometimes you got to show people, man. I'm not just talking. Okay. So, because it's a lot of people that do that. It's a lot of, I'm telling you. It's people because they know how to YouTube or they know how to talk or set up a microphone. They'll sit and pretend to be like super qualified for some of the subjects they talking about, and they're not. Like if I'm listening to like somebody, right, and I'm listening to you, right, and I'm trying to see, are what you saying actually good for my team, right? And I notice you spending a whole lot of time talking about Micah Parsons in this podcast. It's gonna make me put two and two together. I'm gonna be like, this person ain't played. This person ain't been in locker rooms. Because this person is making too big of a deal out of what's not that big of a deal. See, when you hear certain people talk about culture, you're like, bro, you ain't, I could just, see, it's the people that was talking about my film work and they was lying and they was like, I could just tell. He breaks down highlights and he was lying on me. But I can actually look at you and I can just tell you ain't played no organized sports at all. On no level. You was likely in the band. If that. You look like you ain't do shit, to be honest. You look like you was in them stands, bruh. But you'll sit down with all this confidence and you'll talk against people who either played the game, studied the game, achieved at the game, or coached at the game at a high level. So that's why I'm showing y'all my background, right? So I'm not somebody talking about leadership who haven't executed it, was trained on it. Because I'm going to tell y'all, this going to sound like I'm bragging, but I'm not. I'm what they call in the Maxwell, the school of Maxwell, I'm a level 4 leader. It's 5 levels. I'm a level 4. It take a lifetime to hit level 5. I'm a level 4. I really am. So a level 4, when you're a level 4 leader, right? A level 4 leader has demonstrated their ability to develop others into greatness. And I've done that many times. I still do that. Okay. And you can see it. You can see it all in my background. You can see it in my awards. Me speaking in universities. Me inducted into the Hall of Fame at the university. Me featured in multiple articles, books, testimonials from people that I've trained. It's only 5 levels. So I'm showing y'all this because when I talk about leadership, I want y'all to first know I'm not just talking. Okay? I'm not somebody who just picked up a microphone and just started winging it. And that happens a lot in this content space. Where people, yeah, and boy say, damn, boss, this really boss. Yeah, I told y'all go find some stuff about me that I don't talk about. And see, Big Game James said that. He said, boss, you need to talk about your background, bro. You don't tell people like the stuff you did athletically. You don't talk about none of that. Cause I ain't trying to brag and put like, you know, I ain't trying to, that's to me not what this is about. But this is a credibility thing. So when you see me start talking about level 4, what level Brian is on, I want y'all to know where I am. Okay. So then you can say, okay, I can take his knowledge serious because he's accomplished. He's trained. He showed me. He showed me his awards. He showed me that he's in books. Like I'm in books. Like I'm serious. I'm in textbooks. Like you can get this particular textbook right here, and it's gonna be about me. This right here, selling today. I'm in chapter 12. I'm in textbooks, and this all had to do with the leadership in which I studied and executed. So when I'm talking about leadership, I'm not just talking, y'all. I'm not just somebody that's untrained in this. I'm very much trained in this. So when I start telling you, and I needed to give y'all my background first, so now you can say, because see, people will listen to this and go out there and lie on me. I'm telling you, they've already done it many times. They've said stuff. Oh, boss says he be just showing highlight clips. And I would say probably nobody show more receipts than me. Period. So like if I'm talking about, let me just say it like this. What get frustrating sometime about stuff like Chubb and all the stuff is who else actually showed it? Who showed it? So like for instance, when I said Bateman was a better route runner than DJ Moore, now if I put that on Twitter or Pickens, it's gonna be content creators that's gonna try to get cheap ass cool points on me. But they would never sit down and go through the film with me. Never. Because the film would show Boss telling the truth. And when me and Henny did that film breakdown, and I was looking at the film and I did not bullshit. I was looking right at the film on DJ Moore and I said with a straight face, these are some lazy ass routes. I know we like the name DJ Moore, but these routes are lazy. And he was looking at it. He said, I was gonna fight you on it, but yeah, these some lazy routes. He's quitting on a lot of plays. Guess what they came out and said this week? His head coach had a sit down with him over that. Now we did the work in the open. My boy Rome in the house. Ooh, see, man, Rome coming with that OG talk. Look at this. It's real, boy. Look at that. Whew. Whew. Clap it up. Yeah, man. And so that's why we do our work in the public like that. That's why we fight in the public like that. That's why we do all of that stuff. That's why if anybody, that's why I'm going to tell you the main reason I always respect Rome. Because when Rome disagreed, he called me and he was like, boss, I was fussing at my phone. Run that back. I said, damn, bro. I said, I thought we was going to have one fight. He said, no, we got to run that back. We got to run that back. In other words, I got to fight you on that in the public. I'm like, all right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't no ego with Rome. If I would have came out on top, he would have been like, okay, I see it. He wouldn't even trip. If he would have made some points, or when he make points and I said, you right. You know what I mean? Same thing with Lou. Same thing with a lot of my brothers and sisters in the space. But nah, man. Like, this gonna be the last year I'm on this diplomat shit, bro. I'm gonna start naming names on this stuff too, bro. I'm being honest, bro. I'm sick of it. I'm real sick of it, bro. Like, I'm not gonna be the gentleman in this space amongst a bunch of snakes, bro. Y'all gonna have to see Boss box, and it's gonna be nasty. I'm gonna start name calling these dudes, bro. Cause see, what's happening is we having to clean up a lot of they shit. That's what's happening. So when y'all go out there and y'all oversell Blue, we gotta be the people to tell the truth on that shit for the sake of the team. And so y'all trying to grow, and y'all trying to grow with some fake ass optimism, and you be feeding sugar to the fans, and down the people that's really trying to win got to come in and say, actually, Blue is not Warwick Dunn. Actually, he's not CMC. Actually, he's not Kamara. Actually, nah, see, and then they bold enough to name your names as they line on you. So nah, I promise y'all, this gonna be the last year I let that happen, bro. They could be like, man, Boss, he confrontational. Like, nah, Boss wanna win, bro. So guess what? I'm not gonna let y'all slang dope and opioid in my neighborhood. You gonna have to go sell that dope to somebody else. I'm not gonna let y'all sell that opioid dope. No. We gotta tell the truth as this team go get better. We ain't gonna be able to talk about Jack Bond is this bullshit, man. Like, Jack Bond is Sean Lee. But I'm concerned about Murray. If you don't set your greedy ass down, bro, that ain't nothing but greed, bro. Cause ain't no way you that stupid. And I'm sick of my team getting sabotaged by soft ass fans and soft ass content creators and writers. I'm sick of it, bro. People want, hey man, yeah, Keenan Allen watch. Well, where your motherfucking film, bro? I ain't gonna let that shit happen, bro. I'm gonna tell you. Y'all gonna see I'm loyal about this team, bro. Way more than I'm trying to build relationships with others. I'm willing to go through the confrontation and win, homeboy. Yeah. Y'all gonna see too, bro. This gonna be the last year I'm gonna let y'all go into the off season with all these popcorn sugary ass comparisons. I'm not cleaning up y'all comparisons no more. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not gonna let y'all, I'm gonna call it, such and such, this motherfucker line. That's what it's finna be with me. Man, say, bro, Rome, they saying all kind of shit, bro. Sanborn supposed to be Sean Lee, Luke Kuechly. Blue supposed to be Tony Dorsett mixed with Warwick Dunn, bro. I heard somebody call. It's like, bro, do y'all remember Warwick? Kamara. These dudes call Blue Kamara, bro. It's like, no, bro. Way too many fumbles in college. Way too many drops, bro. It's like, now, let's be honest about Blue. The boss is finna be fucking honest about Blue. Y'all not ready for the real honesty, but let me tell you the real honesty. For the shit y'all saying y'all want to see in Blue, he gonna have to take at least 4 steps up, bruh. 4 of them things. His hands got to get better. His ball security got to get better, and he got to become more decisive. It's a lot of lies out here, bro. So let me get into. I'm sick of it too, bro. Because then we got to go clean it up. I got to be the person to say, actually, Elam, he got to work on some stuff. I got to be the one to say, actually, he need to work on his speed, bro. No, he's a former first, boss. Yeah, and I really looked at him. I looked at 12 games on him, bro. I swear to God, I did. And I'm certain he's lost a step, bruh. Boss, how many games you watched on Blue? 10. I'm up to 10 on Blue, bruh. I ain't playing, man. And then you go out there and do the real work, and dudes will go out there and just throw out some lies. Just for your sub. Just for people to hit sub. Because they like Cowboy fans. We like Hopiard. And they'll trust us because, hey, we got a channel. So if Boss is saying this dude is Tony Dorsett, he Tony Dorsett. If Boss is saying this dude is Kamara, Blue must be Kamara. So, nah. Do I hope Blue take them 3 to 4 steps? Yeah. But am I gonna lie to everybody and act like he like them greats that came in? No. He got to work on his hands, bruh. Go watch, man. I'm gonna be the only person to tell you straight to your face. If Blue play like he played at UT, y'all go hate Blue. You gonna go from liking him to hating him. He dropped too many routine passes too, bro. I'm talking about routine dump offs. The stuff you ain't never supposed to drop. So anyway, now, but let me get into this leadership, man. And this is important because this is good news, very good news. And I'm gonna get into the steps of this, but I needed to show y'all my background, bro. So when I talk about leadership, I'm coming from a place of being in the Hall of Fame at a university. Okay, I'm talking about being featured in books on my leadership. Okay, all right. I've studied this great. I've executed it great. I'm still good at it. I still consult about it. I do a lot of things when it comes to leadership. So I'm not talking about this. This is somebody who know it from theory as well as execution. So going back to Shotty, this is why this is such a big deal. It's a big deal because, first of all, when Michael Irvin was talking about him, he didn't like him because he was coming in kind of like what I did on a Chubb film the first time. I wasn't liking the ideal of Chubb at first until I looked at his film, right? So the way Michael was coming in and looking at Shotty, he had a legitimate question. I want y'all to listen to what he said. Listen.
We go shock y'all asses this year. All right, guys, what's up? I told you today was today, and I want to tell you all about it. I got a chance, as I told you, to do this, to go to the Cowboys. Coach reached out to us, Coach Schottenheimer, bringing in all. We got the tag on still, Legends community. So they give us one of these, to walk around and get the families. All the families came, but I didn't take any family member because even though I consider the Cowboys to be my family, I didn't need any of my family bothering me about taking pictures and doing this when I had to go and examine my family.
Ooh, wrong. You gonna like the show I'm gonna do tomorrow. Please remember to say this tomorrow, bro. Please. Cause man, you deserve a shout out for what you said right here. Ooh, cause Rome, you right. And I'm gonna get into it in detail tomorrow. Whoo! Remember, he said, remember I said we need a salesman that could sell Jerry and make him feel like he winning every argument, but he not. Bro, I swear, ooh, I can't wait. Please don't forget to say that tomorrow. Please. Because tomorrow gonna be the bigger show. This is the culture show. But the real show is tomorrow. That's competition.
If you get what I mean, we have a new head coach. We have new things going on. I wanted to see.
It's important. Listen.
How things are being implemented in this new regime that we have now. We call it that. Remember, because I told you.
Ooh, listen, man, hold on. See, I want y'all to recognize what the playmaker was doing. The playmaker said when he walked in, he got the privilege of being able to bring his family. But he said, I ain't bring my family because I ain't want them in the way. I was there on a mission. I was there to figure out how is this new dude from the same culture go really bring change. I'm here to work. I'm here to observe and see, is he the guy or not? The playmaker came in there on a mission. Man, y'all better listen to Playmaker. Playmaker said, I ain't want family because I was there to see, was he the guy that was going to bring the change? Listen.
See how things implemented.
Hold on.
How things are being
Implemented.
In this new regime that we have now. We'll call it that. Remember, because I told you, how do we get things different when you're doing things and bringing people or keeping people that were in the old mess that you were trying to get rid of?
Ooh. And so he came in with that question. How do you change when you from the mess? So when he walked in, he didn't walk in sold. He had to be sold. So this is the first thing I'm going to tell y'all before we get into it. I'm a level 4. Let me talk about the level 3. The first 3 levels of leadership from John Maxwell. The very first one is positional. That's the first one. And so as a positional leader, y'all gonna hate me because I'm finna go old school and read from a book, bro. But check this out. This is the basic entry level of leadership. I'm reading from the books. And listen, y'all, I've purchased a lot of books, bro. Studying leadership, bro. I got so many books, bro. Listen, bro, and I've studied these books. These are not books that I just read. I studied these books. Studied to implement these books, bro. I got 6 books right here from John Maxwell, right here. And I've read all of these from cover to cover, studied them, marked all through them, practiced them every day. So the first one, level 1, is the positional leader. Okay. So y'all check this out, because I'm going to really break this down today. It's going to be like school, but you got to be the person that want answers.
You want answers?
All right. So in a position, as a positional leader, so positional leader is like head coach. That's your position. A person may be in control because he has been appointed to a position. In that position, he may have authority. But real leadership is more than having authority. It is more than having technical training and following the proper procedures. This is key. I highlighted this. Real leadership is being the person others will gladly and confidently follow. That's how you know you're a real leader. And these are things you have to work on to become that type of leader. Okay, so this is level 1. So let's talk about some of the level 1s, because some of this gonna help y'all, especially if you in any type of leadership or aspire to be any type of leader. Positional is not ideal though. You want to lead stronger than just being the person of authority. You want to be that person and become that person that people want to follow, right? So this is the traits of positional leadership. The boss drives his workers. The leader coaches them. The boss depends upon authority. The leader on goodwill. The boss inspires fear. The leader inspires enthusiasm. The boss says, I. The leader, we. The boss fixes the blame for the breakdown. The leader fixes the breakdown. The boss knows how it is done. The leader shows how. The boss says go. The leader says let's go. So this is the deal, man. If you're doing any kind of thing when it comes to leadership, it's a lot of people that's positional leaders because they not trained on leadership. And when you're not trained on leadership, you don't say we. And nor do you even really lead by example. You lead by your position. So, like for instance, let's say if you work in a warehouse, right? I'm just throwing this out. If you work in a warehouse, right? And you trying to be a leader and you see the line is breaking down. You know what a positional leader will do? Somebody that's untrained in leadership, you know what they'll do? They'll start driving people. Y'all need to work harder. Come on, man. Y'all get paid and you're bull crapping. You know what a real leader will do? A real leader will go out there to the floor. Even though it's a 4-hour or 8-hour or 12-hour workday, they'll get down there and they'll work harder than everybody for at least 2 hours to get them going, outworking everybody. That's what a real leader will do. And you got to know when you're working on leadership that if I want to motivate this group because the line is slow, let me show everybody how to grind. Let me demonstrate. Let me demonstrate. I ain't gonna be the one over here. Hey man, you need to pick it up. Pick it up, man. You the one slowing us down. That's what he's talking about. That's what Maxwell is talking about. Those type of leaders that's over there like. That's where it's breaking down. It's 6. It's level 6. He's the one. No, when you a leader, when you a real leader, this is what you do. You'll go to level 6. You'll go to level 6 and say, hey, bro, I'm looking at the numbers. It's saying that you breaking down. You all right? Man, I'm tired, bro. I'm drunk. No, listen, because I'm talking about stuff that really be happening. Man, I stayed out all night, bro. I'm gassed, man. I'm talking about, man, I'm hanging on. All right, bro. I knew it was something because you usually be hanging on. All right, listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get down here with you. And we go grind, but I need you to carry the last half of the day. I'm not going to get you caught up and you stay on this same weak ass level. All right, man, just halfway. That's all I need. All right, and next time, bro, don't be getting drunk the night before you got to come into work, man. You got to be smarter than that. All right, boss. All right, I got you. All right, and I grind with him, right? Not pointing my finger at him. I'm going to grind with him. Guess what kind of loyalty I'm going to have with him? Right? See, we talking about leadership. This works at all levels. Warehouse levels, doctors levels, corporate levels. That's what Maxwell is talking about. So Brian is working on the second level. This is called permission. This is that care culture. Okay? Care culture is the permission level. This is what Klayton was talking about when he said few show it. Listen.
Really great that way. There's a lot of teams that say it. Not everybody does it.
That's what he's talking about. Level 2 is the permission level. Okay. So permission is what he's working on now. Okay. This is what Brian is working on now. The care culture is what John Maxwell calls the permission level. Okay. So pulling out the book again. Because listen, this is where all this stuff came from, y'all. Listen. I listen, I didn't accomplish all this from just being driven. I had to learn this stuff, man. Ain't no way no university was gonna bring you in to speak twice a year. Right. And do all of this unless they trust what you're talking about. Okay. So level two. This is what Brian is working on. Okay. So I'm going to read it. This going to make you think about Brian Schottenheimer. Okay. This is level 2. Let me put it up here. I'm a level 4. Okay. The highest level is 5. So permission stage. So permission. So Fred Smith says, leadership is getting people to work for you when they are not obligated. That will only happen when you climb to the second level of influence. Now, this is the most important thing I'm going to read right here. And this is going to help you understand why Brian is doing what he's doing. He said, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Leadership begins with the heart, not the head. It flourishes with a meaningful relationship, not more regulations. So this is what Brian is doing. He is building level 2. Now, a lot of people skip level 2. The care. Showing the people under you that you care about them. They skip it because most people are only told to be a positional leader. Most people are not told how to be an effective leader. So like, for instance, perfect example. So I showed y'all my resume. So I showed y'all how I was productive, right? As a positional leader, I was productive, right? I was 1,500% over quota. We got the top team and a time award. I was productive. But we was divided. So a lot of us used to those types. We used to bosses and leaders who show you on a daily basis they don't care nothing about you. It's about the production. You're expendable. And they treat you like that. See, but them type of organizations never get the best out of you. What you get with the positional leaders is, I'm doing this is because it's my job. Nothing more, nothing less. You're not going to get no sacrifice from me. You know why? Because you showed me you don't care. You don't care about me. I don't care about, I care about the check. That's a positional leader. But when you get to permission stage, you can only do this when you show you care. Okay. So let me read this real quick, and then I'm going to go through some stuff and show you what he's doing. Now, Maxwell put in this, he said, caution. Don't try to skip a level. He put this in the book. Listen. The most often skipped level is 2. Level 2. For example, now pay attention. Pay attention. This gonna help some of y'all marriage too. especially my men out here. He say, for example, a husband goes from level 1, a position, a wedding day title, you're the husband, to level 3. See, level 3 is production. So he's saying people go from position to just production. They skip permission or carry, or doing a good job of explaining why you work all these hours. See, as men, we do this a lot. We love and we show how much we care about how hard we work. But I'm going to tell you where we mess up. We never sit down with the family and say, this is why daddy is working 80 hours this week. Because I'm thinking about your college son, daughter. And I know you love to play the saxophone. And I want to make sure you can accomplish your dreams. So daddy not going to see you a lot this week. But I want you to know why daddy not seeing you. See, what I'm doing now is I'm taking care of level 2. I'm showing my son, my wife, why. And that's what a lot of us messing up in a lot of different things, leadership wise. So he say, position a wedding day to level 3 production. He becomes a great provider for the family. But in the progress, he neglects the essential relationship that hold a family together. The family disintegrates, and so does the husband business. Relationships involve a process that provides the glue and much to stand power for long-term, consistent production. Yeah. So yeah, and see, you know what's funny is I knew this because we got to do this. And see, what you did, Tay, is you showed level 2 the care. Because if you don't, what the kids go do? They gonna make their own assumptions. Mama don't care about me. She always working. That's all she care about is money. That's because we didn't sit down and talk about level 2. We got to do this in all our relationships, especially if you're in leadership. Especially if you're in leadership. This is when you got to do that. So this is what Brian is doing. This is what Brian is doing. And one of the key things that he's doing is listen, y'all. What I'm getting ready to say, you get ready. Hope y'all ready for this, man. Take it easy on my back.
Take it easy on my back.
Listen, this is a hard truth, but I'm gonna say it. What Brian is doing is what Jerry and Steven should have been doing for years. I can tell you right now, just from watching Jerry and them, especially Steven, they are at level 1. You know how I know? Because it took us all this time to honor all the people that built them.
And then last week he brought in former players to be around everybody in meetings. What was the genesis of that idea? What do you think you got? What did you get out of it? The players get out of it?
Well, number one, it was one of my favorite days of the offseason. You know, there's such great tradition and history here with the Cowboys, and you talk about not just the Super Bowl, trophies, but some of the great players. I mean, to have a chance, I think we had over 25 guys that came and attended. We wanted to open up the team meeting for them. We wanted them to kind of see our energy and our juice, the way we like to operate. I think that when you talk about these guys paved the way for the guys that sit in those chairs today.
Woo!
And to celebrate those guys and to make them feel welcome is too easy. I mean, they're part of our family, you know. It's like having a uncle or a grandfather in some cases that you can use as a sounding board, you can use as a mentor.
Man.
You know, are they going to be friends? Hell, I hope so. But if they're not, there's experiences that they can garner from the likes of Randy White, Bob Lilly, Michael Irvin, Dat Wynn. I mean, go round and round about the guys that were here.
Let me pause this, bro. I got to talk about the genius of this, bro. See, people talk about Detroit and how Detroit was rebuilt, who basically had a dead culture. And they intentionally looked for coaches who was former players because it helps when a player can look you in your eye and they know that you know exactly what they're going through. It's a little bit tough for me to tell you to play through that concussion if I've never played through one. It's tough for me to tell you to play with that broken bone, and I ain't never did it. And that's what Detroit was doing. But see, Dallas under Brian is taking that to another level. What they did is they invited the big uncles, and said, hey, y'all, them people y'all forgot about, them cushy ass seats that y'all like, it's them that built this. FYI. You know about playing in the cold? They do. You know about playing through pain and hard tour days? They do. You need some advice on how to deal with these groupies? They know. What about investing your money and not going broke? They can tell you. What does the player say now? Damn, coach done brought all the uncles. Now when I got a question, not even just about football, about life. See, that's what Brian is doing. That's called the permission stage. This is the stage where you show you care. You show it. This is what most people skip. This gets the extra out your players. This gets the extra from people that follow you. This gets the extra out of them. This changes it from I'm just here to get a check to, hey, you need me to stay late, boss? Boss, you gonna be here all night? I'm gonna rock with you. I ain't gonna let you be here alone. See, they only start doing that when you was the dude. Hey man, you was drunk last night? Yeah. All right, bro, listen. I ain't gonna turn you in. I'm gonna work with you. Because the numbers is showing me that it's you, bro. Yeah, bro, I'm drunk. Can you please help me get through today? I got you. But don't do this again. See, now that dude loyal to you. So now, years later, when somebody else come in drunk, he gonna be like, let me help you, bro. I'm gonna help you. Instead of turning them in, having this snitch culture, he'll be, boss, help me. I'm gonna help this dude. I was like him 2 years ago. See, I created the culture. See, that's what Brian is doing. This is called care culture. It's the permission culture.
I think that's important. It's important for our players to see guys that have not only gone out and been incredible football players, whether they're Ring of Honor, whether they're, all pro, all decade team like some of those guys, or whether they've gone on to do incredible things in life. And there's guys that have gone on and have had even more success as entrepreneurs and businessmen. That's important for our players. Football's going to end for our players at some point. But more than anything, it was a chance to bring them back, watch them be celebrated, but to begin to develop the relationship. And I want those guys to know they're always welcome, and there's a place for them to celebrate the tradition. And I'd be lying if I said that, Brady James is the only one that might not have had a good day because he lost to Joe Looney in a basketball shooting competition. And offense wins again.
So I'm trying to explain why this is important. Because, see, what we're trying to work up to and what y'all really care about, this is what y'all care about and I care about at the end of the day. Y'all care about level 3, and that's production. That's the third level that John Maxwell teaches. Production. So, and remember I told y'all before, I was always an observant athlete, okay? And I used to always notice, I swear I used to always notice this. I was always observant. I always noticed that we had our best practices and best games when coaches used to show that they cared. I noticed it from middle school, the few times I saw it in high school, and I really noticed it when I was in college. When Coach Hen sat down and talked to us about our grades, and how that if we're not careful, we would have to switch our majors. And a lot of us was like, what? And he was like, yeah, a lot of y'all don't read y'all contract. So I want to make sure that y'all not in that situation. And we didn't talk about the opponent that we talked about grades. Man, when I tell you we went out there and we was productive as hell. And I'm not just one of us, all of us. It's like the whole secondary was and it happened everywhere where they showed level 2. When I saw level 2, I saw more and better production. This is what he said about level 3. Level 3. On this level, things begin to happen. Good things. Profit increases. Morale is high. Turnover is low. Needs are being met. Goals are being realized. Accompanying this growth is the big momentum. Leading and influencing others is fun. Problems are solved with minimum effort. Fresh statistics are shared on a regular basis with the people who undergird the growth of the organization. Everyone is results oriented. In fact, results are the main reason for the activity. See, this is the level that he's aiming for, but you can't get to this level, production level, until you really do a good job at level 2, showing the men you care.
Hey, happy Monday. Hope you guys had a tremendous weekend. Cheers. Let's get some coffee in this. It is Monday, but it's a great weekend for me. I hope it was for you. Had a chance to spend time with my grandson. When your son has a son, looks exactly like him, it is pretty surreal. One thing also is that it was Legends Day on Friday at the Cowboys OTAs, and I just want to thank Coach Schottenheimer for having us out. From the team meeting to the individual meetings to the walkthrough to the the team drills out on the field. It was a tremendous vibe and energy. And I know it's OTAs, but what I've heard, it's a totally different environment vibe than McCarthy was there. Nothing to be negative, but it's noticeable and keeps it loose, but focus on the task, the energy, the tempo of moving to drills and just an urgency, and really just having this good attitude and creating some confidence and everything that goes along with that, with building the continuity. And Coach Schottenheimer, he has done that. I know it's OTAs, I'll tap the brakes, but it's one hell of a start. I just saw a lot of team unity out there, and I think that's important when you're trying to build something special. George Pickens look awesome. That's going to be pretty scary on that side of the ball. And the coaches, their passion, how they're coaching, you can tell, and it's definitely authentic. So with that, happy Monday. Look out, Cowboys.
It was simply amazing. I mean, it's so interesting how much you first miss being in that big meeting room. Coach brought us all in.
So that's why I gotta pause and say this. Right now, Brian is doing a job that should be coming from Steven and Jerry. I'm just being honest, man. This is when you aware of this from a leadership standpoint, this is how it is. This ain't something that, this is the playmaker saying, I miss being in that room. That's the playmaker, y'all. So, like, let me give y'all an example, man. When I was at the University of Houston, my cornerback coach was Swayze. Okay, his name was Coach Swayze. He's currently the Colorado strength and conditioning coach. He was Miami's strength and conditioning coach when Miami was winning all those national championships. So the University of Houston recruited him over to be our cornerbacks coach. So he was my coach. So we were just, and Swayze, one of the men who love us, who showed he cared for us, was fair. I love Swayze to this day. I could call Swayze right now. He go pick up the phone. And we'll talk ball right now. Right now. Because he's genuinely loved us. And was a real alpha dude. Wasn't no chump. Like, he'll tell you to your face. He'll say, man, you playing like a real bitch. He said that to some of our best players. Swear to God. But Swayze said this in terms of coaching. He wasn't hating on us. He said, y'all different than Miami. He said, y'all different. He said at Miami, we didn't have to police stuff. The players policed it. He said, like, I just noticed when I be getting y'all ready to work out, y'all do a lot of talking. He said, they ain't do that. He said, it was one time, he was telling us what happened. He said, one time, it was this dude doing what y'all do, like before we getting ready to work out, where y'all talking and stuff. So when I said, hey, line up, everybody lined up and this dude kept talking. He said Ray Lewis just went over there quietly and put him to sleep. Put him in a chokehold. Tapped him out, drug him off, and went right back. And they had a practice. Tapped him out. He said that was the level of seriousness they had over there. So if coach ever said, hey, all right, we ready, it was no more talking. So what's happening with the Dallas Cowboys is, and this is sad, Brian is setting the culture that should have already been set. So if you go to Miami to this day, say they veterans are allowed on the sideline. They veterans are going to be over there loud, showing them the Miami way of playing football. See, it's sad to me when you even hear somebody like Irvin, like, it's been a long time since I've been in that locker room. This is Michael Irvin. He should always be allowed. Let me go back to that.
You know, all the guys, and we were in the meeting room with the players. Hadn't been in a big team meeting room in a long time. Not like that. With all the guys, it was I call this a locker room, to try to glean from what we get from being in those situations. That kind of a room, that kind of talent, and I love what Coach Schottenheimer is trying to do, I must admit. And I came down hard about this on this decision, but I must admit there's some things I told you that are winning me over. Like I told you about him understanding how important it is to have the right culture and set the right tone. The one thing I would always say the key card in winning championships and in every place that I've won championships, it was always an understanding of how we do things.
See, that's important. See, that's why I brought up Miami right there. I didn't just talk about Ray Lewis. I didn't just talk about Ray Lewis to talk about Ray Lewis. That's what Coach Swayze was telling me. When you come from a place that's from championships, what did he say? What was the key thing that he just said? It was already understood there's a certain way we do things here. It's understood. It's a certain way we do things here.
Championships. And the key card in winning championships and in every place that I've won championships, it was always an understanding of how we do things
here. That's right. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's not a little thing that Michael Irvin came out the way that he did. It's not little. And cause remember, I showed you that Michael Irvin came in there like I came in there on a Chubb film, like this. But walked out like, See, cause remember, he believed in Dion. He was team Dion. Cause he know the Cowboys ain't gonna do nothing if they don't get nobody that can change this culture. He already knew that. So he wanted somebody that was gonna come in here and shake it up. So he was like, more of the same? How is a dude from that losing culture go change it? So when he walked in, he like, I ain't bringing family, bro. I'm here to work. And I'm gonna give an honest report. And he gave his report. And he was like, I see these dudes really trying to establish something, man. And it shows you the thought that Brian put into the players. So this ain't something they willy-nilly. This is something they said, I want us to do something from the former players and the players that we currently have so that they can see who built this. I also need to show them how to appreciate this. So let's bring some former guys back who go sit in the meeting rooms with them. As they going through film, they gonna be sitting there remembering what it was like when they was getting coached up. So if you got you a sensitive young athlete, you gonna be able to look at him and say, I was like that. Let me help him out. Let me pull such and such to the side. Hey, bro. Hey, I know you mad right now, but this is what you need to do, bro. If you go change, my coach was like this. Da, 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 da. See, that's the benefit of having this type of coach, bro. And this is by Brian. And see, these vets, they not suckers. These are champions, bro. Tony Casillas is a champion. So when he was like, man, this OTAs, he wasn't overselling it. He was over here basically saying, I ain't getting y'all hype, but I'm also real enough to see what he doing is right. what he doing, the energy is real. I've been a player at OTAs, and we didn't have practices like this, dog. Now, I wouldn't be me if I wasn't also honest and talk about some of the things that I see that could hurt Brian. I got to be all the way honest. Everything ain't always perfect when we talking about care culture. I think it's one part about care culture to where he's slightly dropping the ball to me. This is from me. This is the flaw that I see in what he doing a little bit. I see a selfie stick culture a little bit. And it doesn't mean that he's not genuine. But when you pull out a selfie at the wrong time, it could hurt level 2. The care stage. When you're trying to show you care. I remember one time I was driving on the highway and I saw this guy pull over and it was a homeless person asleep. And he brought some fresh food and he just put him by him and he walked off. And the homeless dude was asleep. And he just got out his car like he saw that dude sleep. Out of his own goodwill, good heart, he brought that homeless man something to eat. It's some people that do stuff like that. And then what they'll do is they'll turn around with that McDonald's and they'll take a selfie. And that's the thing that I see. And I think that's why some people starting to get kind of like, why are we talking about culture so much? It's too, to be honest, y'all want me to be honest a lot to you. When you doing level 2, you should be the last to talk about it. I'm giving y'all some real game now, boy. You hear me? I'm giving y'all some real game. Boy, this is top shelf game I'm giving y'all. When you doing level 2, the care culture, when you showing. So going back to that example when I said if it was a warehouse job and the line was breaking down and I go help line 6 because he was drunk and I do everything right. I help him. He get through the day. He appreciate me. You know what'll mess it up? If I see him the next day and I say, yeah, man, Lewis was drunk, man. I had to help him get through his line. Didn't Lewis? You was drunk, bro. Ooh, I had to help your butt. See, that took away all the goodwill because you took a selfie. You made the good works that you did. You got to keep your name out of it. You got to. See, when Coach Swayze was talking, he wasn't saying the Ray Lewis culture. He said the Miami culture. He gave us the example of what Ray Lewis did, but he didn't make it about Ray Lewis. He said that's the culture of Miami.
And people talk about culture. Culture is something that when it's right, you don't even have to speak about it anymore.
Yes.
You'll get past saying, well, we're trying to create the right culture.
Man.
We're trying to do it. You don't have to. You know it's there.
Man. Let me rewind that, bro. This top shelf. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm giving y'all this A1 game, bro. This is A1. I really want y'all to listen to the playmaker. He giving you some A1.
And people talk about culture. Culture is something that when it's right, you don't even have to speak about it anymore. You'll get past saying, well, we're trying to create the right culture. We're trying to do it. You don't have to do anything. You know it's there. And there's only one way to create the culture that will win championships over and over again. And that's putting someone in that kind of culture over and over and over again. You must live in it.
So if I could say respectfully one thing to Coach Brian Schottenheimer, respectfully, don't talk about the culture. Just do it. And if they ask you about it, downplay it. Because the more he say stuff like, I'm just being honest, because I see where the breakdown is coming from. The more he talks about, we're trying to have the best culture in the world, the more it seems as if it's not real. Even if it is real. And this is where you get people saying, is this too much, bruh? See, we know that this culture thing that he's doing came from Pete. Does Pete talk about it like this? Does Pete say, well, you know, what we try to do is we go out our way to show that we care. It's a little bit too much selfie, man. And it doesn't mean you're not genuine. What we doing is we running the risk of looking like we're not genuine. See, so going back to what I was saying, because I'm telling y'all, man, I'm a level 4, bro. It's 5 levels. I'm a level 4. Okay. According to John Maxwell, I am a level 4 leader. Okay. And I already showed y'all my resume. I already showed y'all that I've accomplished a whole lot in terms of leadership. And I got plenty of proof going back over 20 years or more of a lot of accomplishments that a lot of people have never done. We don't want selfie stick leaders. I'm telling you, man. When you help people, the worst thing you could ever do is put it any kind of way in their face that you helped. It kills too. Even if you was the worst thing I could do with any one of these people. So I got all these testimonies in here of my leadership, right? Where these people was talking about working with me and how I changed their careers and they made all this money, da 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 da. A lot of these people went on to have various. This dude was a barber. He was my barber, and I turned him into a first-class professional making over 6 figures. And he would come to my house to cut my hair, and he was sitting in my house just like, damn, bro, how you get this? How you get that? A fish tank shit? 2 big ass projectors up there, man. What you do? You selling dope? I'm like, nah, bro, nah. But if I wanted to mess up any time, it didn't matter any of the good I've done with any of these people careers. The worst thing I could ever do to any one of them is to say, hey, you're here because of me and me training you in any form. So that's the risk. I'm just being honest. If I'm being all the way honest, if I could talk to Brian Schottenheimer, I would say, Brian, just don't say it. Just do it. Just do it. Because when you really doing good leadership, you ain't got to say it. One of my favorite parts of Game of Thrones, me and Lou talked about this. Me and Lou talked about this. In the Game of Thrones, Joffrey, one of the kings, he said, I am the king. I am the king. And Tywin, who was a general, said, anybody that gotta say they're the king is no real king. Brian, anybody that gotta talk about it ain't doing it right. I'm just being honest. If I could tell him one thing, you would be perfect if you just didn't say nothing about it. Don't tell people you trying to build, because it feels better to them. Think about it. Think about it. So like if I bought all the employees Whataburger, right? Like he did. Which one do you think it'll feel better for them? The guy that just, out the goodness of his heart, just bought them some Whataburger? Or the guy that said, I'm trying to build the best culture of all time? The guy that looked like he just did it out of the goodness of his heart. See, you don't want nothing in the back of people's minds. What you up to? See, I'm being real. See, I thought I was going to just be pom-poms this whole channel. Listen, y'all, I got to always, if I see where one of my coaches slipping, I'm always say it. Or a player or whatever. No selfie stick culture. Don't take selfies when you do good works. Don't help the homeless man with the food, then turn around and take a picture, say, you know, this bum out here, man, he out here on crack, man, he needed my help, so I went in and got him a burger. And smile, take a selfie, put it on Facebook. Yeah, people don't believe you, bro. It was way better that I just drove up on that man accidentally, just driving on the highway, and that I saw this man getting out his car, put that food down, and drove off. See, that dude, I would trust that dude forever. I would say that dude right there, that's a real dude right there. Because he ain't asked for nothing. It was 3 a.m. No, ask me what I was doing at 3 a.m. No, I'm just playing. But it was late. I don't know what it was. He said, which players are you looking forward to in training camp? Okay. I'm going to answer this question. You getting me off my note, but I'm going to take this. I'm going to say this, bro. It's a couple of them. I'm going to do a whole show on this too. So you give me a chance to tease a show that I got coming up. I'm going to tell you the training camp battles that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the tight end battles because I think that's going to be ferocious. I think Span got something to say. I'm also interested to see Tyler Guyton versus Awesome. See, man, y'all better. I'm keeping my eye on that left tackle battle. People ain't talking about Awesome Richards. I got my eye on that. I'm gonna tell you the battle that I know go win if it's fair. You know who go win out between Blue and Deuce? Deuce go beat Blue out. Deuce is a better running back than Blue. Watch. Watch. See, man, don't get me started. And see, I can see when I talk about that competition, I'm gonna bring the film with it too. So anyway, let me get to the last parts of this curl culture, but I want to talk about that selfie stick culture. Cause now I'm to the part that where y'all care about it. Y'all care about level 3. And I care about level 3. Production. So this is the main thing. Because this is what I feel like my boy Tuck is concerned about. That we so concerned with the Care Bear culture and all of this. Remember, that part is not the real part. That is just the introduction. That is just asking for permission to lead you a certain kind of way. That's why level 2 is called permission. When you showing you care, you're asking for permission to lead them a certain kind of way. So this is the thing. And this is the last thing I'm going to say. And the most important thing is when you're dealing with Brian Schottenheimer, a lot of people thinking because they're hearing Whataburger and pool, ping pong tables, and y'all thinking he's soft. Exercising level 2 or showing that you care does not mean you soft. It actually gives you more of a right to be aggressive, because I've already showed you that I care about you. So if I'm getting on you, bro, you know I ain't playing with you. Just like the warehouse example. So you come in drunk. The first time I get down there and I work with you to help you, then you decide to come in again like that. I'm gonna switch it up on you this time. I'm gonna send your ass home. Man, boss, at first he worked with me, now he's sending me home. Yeah, I'm sending you home. Go home, bro. Because guess what? It also has to be accountability. I already showed you I care. But now your actions is going to make everybody else think it's okay to come in like this. So now I got to make an example out of you. I already showed you I care. So showing me you care is the first step. Accountability is the most important step.
I like what I saw. I like how he's handling it. I like how Coach goes about it. When they were doing good, we had a great practice. We started off, it was so crisp. Everybody was hyped. They were making all kind of plays. We went on the field. I'm out on the field, talking my noise. It was crisp. It was moving. And Coach called everybody up. That's great. We're going to do this. I told you, keep working hard. We're going to take a little break right now. You earned it.
Told them dudes, he's showing me care. We're going to take a break. Guys, you've earned it. Good job, fellas. This is the care culture. This is permission stage. Level 2.
But then after the break, what I loved was after the break, we came back and started off a little slouch. He brought him back up and got back on that button. He said, I gave you credit and I gave you some time. You earned it. But you come back out here and do.
See, that's care coach. See, that's the proper way to do care coach. And see, I'm not just somebody talking. I already showed y'all, man. I'm in books over this stuff, bro. I'm in a collegiate hall of fame in this stuff. I'm not playing. I ain't just a YouTuber over here making up principles. This is stuff that I've greatly studied. Mr. Michael Irvin is 1,000% correct. Just because you seeing care culture doesn't mean Brian is soft. And I know some of y'all thinking he's soft. Y'all thinking he finna go in there and be lollipops. He's not finna be lollipops, y'all. I've seen it myself. I watched Brian Schottenheimer coach up close. He is going to demand a standard. But the first thing he'll do is show you before is that I care. So I have permission to get in your shit. Because you know I'm not doing this just because it's my position. I'm doing this because I care about the outcome.
time. Okay, you earned it. But you come back out here and do. Truly, I was thinking, hey, they're really going pretty good.
Clap it up, man. Playmaker say, man, I thought they was having a good practice.
But you come back out here and do. Truly, I was thinking, hey, they're really going pretty good. But he's got to set that tone.
That's right.
He could have seen one person that just takes it a little bit easy. And he calls everybody up. Because it's unacceptable. And that one damn person can destroy everything. So it's unacceptable. You see people like, who ain't going hard? Who wasn't going hard? Who didn't go hard when Coach did this? Who wasn't going hard? That was very important. It was very important to see. When Coach said, get up, what is going on? I gave you credit. I gave you a little bit of a break and you come back out and I see shit slouching. What is going on? Dude, I know what I'm talking about.
See, he ain't lying when he say, I know what I'm talking about. He said, I come from a national championship. I come from multiple Super Bowls. He basically saying, bro, I know when I'm looking at the right culture being set. And keep in mind, he came in there as a critic dog. He didn't come in there as a believer. He came in there as a doubter dog. Angry man in the house. What's up, man? Angry say, when a player cares for their coach, they also care when they fail him as well. Man, clap it up. Man, put that on a shirt, bro. Boy. See, Angry man. See, Angry man is one of those guys, he not gonna brag. But Angry man, I promise you, was probably one of the coldest football players in the content space. I guarantee you that. If you know football, Angry Man played linebacker, defensive end, tight end, and I think he even played receiver. When you doing all that for one team, that says them coaches trusted the hell out of you and they was fighting to have you. Angry man, I promise you, was one of them ones. He ain't gonna brag about it, but I promise you, he was one of them ones.
This shit slouching. What is going? Dude, I know what I'm talking about. I saw guys looking around. Who's slouching? What's going on?
I saw guys looking around. See, that's the Angry man comment. Listen, you can tell Angry man plays some ball. He ain't these fluke players, fake ass content creators out here pretending. Nah, he played. When a player cares for their coach, they also care when they fail him or not. See, what did he say? What did he say he also saw in the environment? Guys was looking around. Who not holding up the standard? Who?
Dude, I know what I'm talking about. I saw guys looking around. Who's slouching? What's going on? That's competition under pressure. I'm telling you, everybody was looking around. You know why? Because that ain't what we're doing, and we need to hold everybody accountable. And they're like, who? And nobody said anything, but that's how you build champions.
So, man, listen, y'all. So I'm talking about all the things that the Dallas Cowboys, in my opinion, are doing well. And I promise you, I have invested a lot in leadership. These were books that I promise you I purchased over 20 years ago and have used them greatly and still use them. Okay? Like, these are books. These are not books I just purchased. These books over 20 years old. And I'm talking about, I was studying these Like, I was studying these books. Tuck in the house. What's up, Tuck? Big time in the house. I was literally studying these books as if it was for school, and it wasn't for school. I was preparing for life. And the crazy thing is, I was looking at one of these books, and guess what they talked about in one of these damn books? The Dallas Cowboys. See, listen, Tuck, I'm trying to tell them, bro, if you want to be a cold ass leader, study John Maxwell. I promise you will get way better. Hold on, let me find it, man, because he talked about the Cowboys. Give me a second. I'm going to read this too, because this, hold on. Courage. Where is this? Hold on real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. See, Tuck, I'm over here giving these people Maxwell. They don't even know how much I love them to be doing this, bro. You hear me? Like, Tuck, I'm over here giving them, this is stuff I paid for. A lot of money. Now, you gonna make a lot of money when you use it, but, and I'm just giving it to y'all. Hold on real quick. This book is called, by John Maxwell, Talent is Not Enough. So when you understand John Maxwell, it'll help you understand me and Tuck better too, to be honest. If y'all really want to understand Tuck and I, you'll understand if you start studying John Maxwell, if you just start reading this shit, bro. If you start studying, you'll understand why Tuck and I are the way we are. So Tuck said something the other day. We was just talking. And I do understand that our style can frustrate y'all sometimes. It can. Because we'll sometimes seem like we're never happy, right? But Tuck said it best, and I'm going to say what he said, and hopefully this helps y'all understand us better. See, the ultimate goal is a championship. But guess what? That's not everybody's goal. That's not everybody's goal. See, some people's goal is just to feel good. So when your goal is just to feel good, people like Tuck and I, we seem like we too much. Y'all too serious. Kind of loosen up a little bit. Why can't we just enjoy Pickens and just move on? So the way Tuck explained it was best. He said, see, what's going on is that we are trying to train people who saying they want to be bodybuilders, but really they just want to lose weight. So what happened with them types is when you start training them and you start saying, hey man, let's get you ready to be a bodybuilder, to win a championship. But then my coaching got you to lose 15 pounds. Well, now you happy. You just feel good. So now when I say, hey man, no sweets, what we doing? It don't take all that, Tuck. It don't take all that, man. You're kind of overboard. Why are you talking about one tech? And speaking of one tech, I'm gonna do a show on that too, because there's a lot of misunderstandings going on in that. A lot of people want me to respond to what Brian Broaddus talked about in terms of stopping the run and coming off the edge and stuff like that. Trust me, I've already accepted that challenge. Y'all gonna likely see me break that down probably tomorrow. Definitely by Wednesday. Because a lot of people, I guarantee, are not truly seeing a one tech dilemma like they should. They not understand it, but you gonna understand it after I do that show. But going back to me and Tuck, what we trying to do is our goals is trying to help you get what you want. You say you want to be a bodybuilder, okay, then we go be on your ass about everything. We not gonna over celebrate the good things, because the good things is not the championship. Yeah, I feel good about Pickens. Yes, I feel good about a good BPA draft. I feel good about all of that. But if we let opportunities like Chubb get out the way because we being cheap, I'm pissed at that. I'm pissed, and I should be pissed at that. If we over here trying to protect our young guys again by protecting Denzel Daxon and these dudes, right? Rodgers and Jay, and we protecting our young guys. No. The goal wasn't to lose weight. The goal is to be a bodybuilder. So if your goal is a championship, you go really understand Tuck and Boss. You go understand our spirit. You go understand why we go celebrate, and we go be like, yay, good job for Pickens, and we go get right back down to the business of stuff that's in the way. So when you understand John Maxwell, you will understand why Boss spends so much time on culture. You will understand why Boss spends so much time saying it's not the talent, because the guy that I got so much, that I had a lot of success, talent is never enough. This ain't something Boss made up. This is something that I've studied for years. So when you look at the Dallas Cowboys and you realize that in the last 15 years, there's only been 2 teams that had the level of all pros and self-made Pro Bowlers. Guess who those teams are? The Ravens and Kansas City. But so it's only 2 teams equal to us in being able to get talent. But we not even close in terms of the results, are we? Because guess what? Talent is not enough. It's not the talent. It's the culture, dog. This is one of parts. This is what John Maxwell talked about. Because y'all think Boss just a Negro. Y'all think he just a sports Negro that picked up a microphone and just talking. Y'all had no idea. Some of y'all had no idea that I come from all this. Because see, some of y'all don't know Tuck is a literal VP. See, Tuck don't say that, but Tuck is the vice president of a large financial company. No, not regional manager. No, not frontline manager. VP. But he don't brag on it. I don't brag on this is what I don't tell people that I'm inducted to the University of Houston's basically like Hall of Fame. I don't tell people that, but I am. Out of thousands. So listen, this is one of the things, we talking culture. This is one of the things Maxwell said. No one can make the most of his talent in the midst of bureaucracy, red tape, especially in the fallout. This is from one of his books, Talent is Never Enough. When does Dallas struggle? The fallout, the playoffs, in winter. Why? Well, let me go to one of the best leadership. Don't listen to the Negro. Go ahead. No. Go listen to Maxwell then. Because Boss, he just a Negro. Go listen to him. Go listen to the world-renowned leader in leadership. Where if you get one of his certificates and you present that to any corporate organization, you're going to boost all the way up. He's respected around the world. So don't listen to Boss. Listen to John Maxwell. Hold on. I got to find this real quick. Because I was going to read this to y'all. Because I was like, oh my God, I forgot that he talked about the Dallas Cowboys. Hold on real quick. John Maxwell talked about the Dallas Cowboys. Tuck, this is going to trip you out. Hold on real quick. Let me find it. Y'all be patient, man. Man, yeah, I'm gonna find this, man, because I had it bookmarked. Damn. Well, I might not be able to get y'all that. Hold on. Y'all give me 1 second, man. I gotta find this. Cause he talked about Jerry too. This John Maxwell. Don't go nowhere, man. I don't care if it's an aqua silence. Y'all gonna have to live with that. It might not be in this book. Hold on real quick. Cause I had it bookmarked, but I've been reading all these books to y'all. I done lost it. Hold on real quick. But I'm gonna find it, bro. I'm determined. You know how it is. I'm determined because it's worth it, bro. Man, this dude got some, man, this dude, boy. Listen, y'all. Woo, man. Y'all give me 1 more second. If I don't find it, I'm gonna just conclude it. Alright, I can't find it, y'all. Let me look at one. Nah, I quit. Man, ooh, man. I'll tell you what, I have it tomorrow. Cause see, tomorrow, I'm covering the most important change. The most important change ain't today, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, this is important. The care culture is very important. Oh man, don't do it. Oh, don't do it. See, Tuck. See, listen, y'all. Y'all better go get that Maxwell, bro. Oh, it's the law. Yeah, okay, the law of magnetism. Okay, I got it right here. Tuck, you just helped me, dog. It's this one. The law of magnetism. I have it right here. Yeah. See, I got that. Oh, I think it's this one, the 21. Yeah, this one. He said the lesson 9 and 21 laws of leadership. Boy, that Tuck is. Listen, man, I needed you on this, Tuck. Cause I got it right here. Lesson 9. Ah, you found it, long. I mean, that long, Tuck. That's why that look. Ah, yeah. See, that's teamwork right there, boy. That's teamwork. Law number 9. Why are the Dallas Cowboys once revered as American team now? Oh, the law. Yeah, that's that. God damn. See, listen, my boy. Listen, this is how you know when you study, bro. When you study this stuff, Tuck knew where it was in one of my books. That's what's up. Damn. Because I had it bookmarked. So let me go back to it. Page 89. Thank you, Tuck. Thank you, sir. I knew Tuck would love this show. If anybody would love this show, because, see, you got to be somebody that studied this stuff, man. See, this ain't just stuff like on certain leadership levels, you better get your study on, brother. I found it, Tuck. Thank you. Hold on real quick. Yeah. I found it. Thank you, my brother. Man, this is so interesting. The Law of Magnetism by John C. Maxwell. Don't listen to the boss. Listen to the world-renowned guy. Y'all think boss just be talking. Yeah, my boy said, man, I love reading, bro. No, that was impressive that you knew where it was, bro. That was impressive. That you knew, because I got 5 books in front of me that I already done studied, but I couldn't say exactly where it was. My boy Tuck knew where it was. Yes, I could. You must love reading, Jesus Christ. Now, this is some good stuff though. This is good stuff, man. It'll change it. It'll really up your leadership. Trust me. All right, listen. Bedtime reading time, and then we out. He said, for example, think about the NFL's Dallas Cowboys. In the 60s and 70s, the Cowboys' image was squeaky clean. Tex Schramm was the president and general manager of the team, and Tom Landry was the coach. Players were men like Roger Staubach, called Captain Comeback, a family man with strong values similar to those of Tom Landry. In those days, the Cowboys were called America's team. They still called America's team, Maxwell. I don't care who you are, you better get it right. They were one of the most popular groups of athletes around the country. Still are, get it right. And they were respected not only because of the talent and character of the individuals associated with the organization, but also because of their incredible ability to work together as a team. As they developed a winning tradition in Dallas, they continue to attract more winners because this is under the law of attraction. And we still attract. We still attract. Even with the toxicity, we still attract. Now, watch this. Now, this book was written in 1993. But for the past 10 years, the Dallas Cowboys have been a very different kind of team. They have changed. And their image has too. This is what John Maxwell said. He said, instead of working together as a team, they sometimes appear to be a loosely associated group of individuals who are in the game solely for their own benefit. I'm gonna stop right there. This is John Maxwell. World-renowned John Maxwell, the best leadership trainer in the world, talking about your Dallas Cowboys. So if you try to if you really trying to understand why Boss and Tuck and Lou will be sitting here saying, bro, this ain't enough, bro. This our guys' philosophy. Boss, just enjoy the ride, bro. Our guys' philosophy is turn a team down, brother. Yeah, that dude said 1993 dude a prophet. Dog, I'm telling you, this is the best leadership dude in the world, bro. Changed my whole life. Real talk. Me studying him changed me. Like, for real. Corporately, I became a monster. Yeah. So when we talking about culture, some of y'all need to figure out who y'all need to trust on this stuff, man. Real talk. I'm gonna tell you who you can trust. If somebody is talking about culture and live and unprompted, they say, hey, boss, what you're looking for is in the fourth book in your hand, the one that's called the 21 Unrefutable Laws of Leadership. Actually, it's law number 9, boss. If a guy's able to do that, you don't think that person is serious about leadership? That was tough. See, some of y'all be listening to content and reading from people who ain't never implemented this stuff. So y'all think Tuck is just complaining. Y'all think Boss is just complaining. Y'all have no idea that we're truly echoing the best leadership guy in the world. The problem is you judging the people it's coming from instead of listening to the context. See, y'all don't know that what Tuck literally just did that unprompted. I was over here literally stuck, forgot where I bookmarked it. And Tuck was like, oh, you're talking about the 21. See, you can, that means you can, when he start talking about culture, listen, dog. That's what that means. Some of y'all listen to people who wear flutes and play flutes in the band. Talking about culture. You talking about culture from a podcast, dog? So when I start talking about our guys and stuff like that, just put it like this. Take my black face off of it and put his face on it. And then y'all go listen better. When I start talking about bureaucracy, just take my black face off of and put his face on there. Then you will receive it better. Don't look at it like me. Don't look at it like Tuck. Just say, hey, because that's who we got it from. So this show, I'm telling y'all, is different because you dealing with somebody who's implemented this, who studied this, who got the track record on this. Got the track record on this. I didn't just pick up a mic and just start talking. So when I'm listening to culture with Brian Schottenheimer, it's in balance. It's not with delusion. It's not with optimism. It's not with pessimism. It's with balance. I'm seeing what he's doing. I know what level he's on. This ain't nothing but level 2. This is the permission level of John Maxwell. And you have to do that before the production level, if you're doing it right. Oh, that's true, Willie. Some people will take it better from me. That's true. Some people will take it better from me. That's true. I appreciate those who know how to take it regardless of who it comes from, who just know how to recognize when somebody's giving you receipts and proof and not just talking. You know? So, and a lot of this stuff, if you implement it, I promise you, it's gonna help you. If you that person to take anything out of this is for your family, for your son, for the people that's under you, you always should show that you care. And see, Tuck, you just came in. I said earlier what I really think the downfall of Brian is. He's taking too many selfies. He got a selfie stick. I think we talked about that over the phone. I think we already talked about that. But so anyway, man, I did. This is part 3 of the 5 major moves that the Dallas Cowboys got right. Okay. The most important one is gonna be tomorrow, because I covered, to me, all big things. This culture thing that he's trying to do is big. It is big. This is something, sadly, that he's doing should have been done already. To me, the tone should have already been set before he ever got here, that we're in an organization that care about our players. We don't forget about you when you've moved on, and we do a lot to show that. We also talked about BPA, which in my opinion, they got it all the way right. And then I talked about the alignment, especially on offense, which they already got really right. But I still see some holes, like what happened with Chubb today. I'm not cool with that. I know why that happened. And I'm going to be honest and say this. This is why I can't stand. I'm almost to the level of say I hate positive pamper content creators. They greedy. They put out all kind of stuff that make us have to clean it up. They spread all kind of unresearched optimism for stuff we should just be honest about. I'm sick of it, because if you're a fan and you trying to pressure me to be positive I'm not gonna be positive for positive sake, dog. You gotta earn that with me. I'm not just gonna give you that. You gotta earn that. You gotta give me a reason to be excited about you, dog. I'm not gonna just give you that because I just want to feel good about my team. I ain't gonna do that. So if you go give me a player, I'm not gonna just cheer for it if I don't believe in it. Especially because I researched it, bro. And I promise you, this is to go be the last year of peace for the positive pamper content creators and writers. Y'all will have no more years of peace from me. I know who you are. I'm gonna be calling y'all out specifically now. Cause see, y'all doing a lot of damage, man. Y'all doing a lot of damage with all these old fake ass, optimistic ass, and it's not based on research. And the people that mean well, the people that's really trying to win, we can't even do our work because y'all put too much sugar in the space. So now I can't say what Blue need to work on. I'm not gonna have support. Cause y'all got people confused. Y'all got people thinking, shit, what Tony Dorsett gotta work on? What Kamara gotta work on? What does CMC gotta work on? See, when y'all done sold us that Jack Sanborn and Sean Lee and Luke Kuechly, then I can't keep it real and say, no, he need to do this. So you making my job hard, so I got to make yours hard. I'm going to be honest with y'all. You making my job hard, so I'm going to make your job hard now. I'm going to make you real uncomfortable to put out that bullshit. Going forward, I'm just letting y'all know. And I know I'm going to lose some homies over that. I'm cool with that. Because see, you ain't going to just use my team for your growth, dog. I'm not going to let y'all put on this fake flag of support when you really disloyal. I love the Cowboys, so I put out this sugary ass content. Man, we ain't going to never get nothing with sugar, brother. I need my vegetables. I need my potatoes. I need my balanced diet. This gonna be the last year I promise that I let y'all overhype these dudes. If these guards come in there and they bad, I'm not gonna let y'all be like, hey, yeah, at least Dallas is doing good. Yeah, it's that time, bro. It's that time. And this is the worst part. Because a lot of people, this is the worst part. So, I was listening to Tuck show the other day. It was a caller came in. He called in and they were talking about the running backs. He said, I heard some people out here saying they want to get some running backs. I disagree with that. Let's give the young guys a chance. Guess what? Guess what? Them dudes finna be gone. Chubb gone. And we gonna likely lose Dobbs. We gonna likely lose all of them. Because y'all was thinking like Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones got y'all so trained to where y'all protecting. Y'all over here mad at me and Tuck. And you mad at Lou because all we saying is, with Mozzie, you should bring in some veteran help. Instead of leaning on guys that have no experience. A lot of y'all, let me say this. I'm going to say this when I talk about DT, but I'm going to say it again. Mozzie will rotate. What's going to happen when he does? So, yeah, so I ain't going to change y'all. Listen. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to ramp it up. I'm not going to let y'all sabotage my team. And I'm going to take it a step further. I ain't going to let you sabotage my city. This is not just my team, bro. This is my city. This is my whole city, dog. I'm from here. I'm born and raised. These are my streets, dog. So why would I let an outsider capitalize for profit and fake loyalty for growth? It ain't gonna happen. Y'all gonna see too. You gonna say, Boss said he was gonna start going at them boys. You gonna see. You gonna see. Cause y'all making it uncomfortable for us. I'm gonna make it real uncomfortable for y'all. I'm gonna make it real. I'm gonna be tagging y'all and everything. I'm gonna be turning y'all ass up, bro. No friends in this. I ain't got no friends. My friends are the Cowboys. So, the bottom line is this. We can do better. We will do better. Make sure y'all tune in for tomorrow's show. Because tomorrow's going to be the real show. The real show. Because that show is about competition. And trust me, I see what Brian is doing. And I don't think nobody going to give it to you like I'm going to give it to you tomorrow. Brian is moving in extreme genius behavior. And tomorrow I'm going to take some calls. I ain't going to spend all this time talking like I did today. I'm going to take some calls. So anyway, man, it's your boy Boss Cowboy Sports, man. I'm out. We going to go out to some good old We Can Do Better music, which fit what I'm saying right now. I love y'all, man. The Cowboys are doing some good things. I want them to be aggressive. They not aggressive enough for me. They piss me off with that. They can do better. And they will do better, hopefully. Let's keep the pressure up, though.
We can do better. We could be chasing dreams. We know what's right, and we know how it feels. Yeah, we can do better. We can make a change for real. Yeah, we can do a lot better. We can be facing fears. We know what's up, and we know how to get there.